Jai Gurudev, and thank you for joining us today. Today again we have with us an art of living expert and an officer of the Vedic Dhamma Sansthan. So today we'll be discussing about the Guru Shanti Homam. So let's begin. What is the significance of performing the Guru Shanti Homam on Brihaspati Jayanti at the Shri Shri Gurukul? Jai Gurudev, thank you for joining us today. So Brihaspati Jayanti marks the divine appearance day of Guru Brihaspati, the celestial teacher of the Devas who embodies the Guru Tattva, the principle of supreme wisdom and guidance. Performing the Guru Shanti Humam on this day harmonizes the planetary influence of Jupiter, which governs knowledge, dharma, prosperity, and expansion of consciousness. At the Sri Sri Gurukul, this ritual is not merely astrological, it's a spiritual invocation of the Guru principle in all forms. Under Gurudev's vision, the Homam connects ancient Vedic knowledge with modern seekers to precise mantras, Vedic recitations, and offerings that purify the atmosphere and uplift collective consciousness. It invokes blessings for teachers, students, and all humanity to walk the path of truth, humility, and inner brilliance, the essence of Brihaspati. Now, Guru, explain the term Guru Shanti and why this homam is named so. The word Shanti means peace, tranquility, and dissolution of agitation. In the Guru Shanti Homam, we invoke Guru Brihaspati to remove ignorance, arrogance, and disturbances of the intellect. The fire becomes a medium of purification for Buddhi, the discriminative faculty. Just as ghee purifies and strengthens the flame, the chants of the Guru Gayatri and Brihaspati Bij mantras purify the inner mind. The Homam pacifies planetary imbalances related to Jupiter, removes doshas affecting education, career, and spiritual growth, and invites divine serenity into the seeker's life. Thus, Guru Shanti represents attaining peace through surrender to the Guru's wisdom. When performed in the sacred ambience of the Sri Sri Gurukul, surrounded by trained Vedic Pandits, the vibration of the Homa transcends the individual benefit, it radiates universal harmony. Now, how does the Guru Shanti Homam align with His Holiness Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji's vision for the Sri Sri Gurukul? Yes, good Gurudev has always emphasized the revival of authentic Vedic practices as living sciences of consciousness, not rituals bound by dogma, but technologies for inner transformation. The Guru Shanti Homam embodies this vision at the Shri Shri Gurukul, where young Vedic scholars are trained in mantra, intonation, and deeper meaning. The ritual becomes an experiential classroom. It's where science meets spirituality. Each mantra is chanted with precision, rhythm, and awareness. Gurudev often says the Guru principle is that which removes darkness, it is beyond personality. Thus, through the Homam Gurukul not only preserves these ancient traditions, but also awakens seekers globally to the universal Guru Tattva, the energy of pure wisdom that resides within. The ceremony becomes a collective expression of gratitude to all Gurus who illuminate human life. Now, could you describe the preparatory rituals and atmosphere before the Guru Shanti Homam begins? The preparation is as sacred as the Homam itself. The Gurukul Pandits wake before sunrise, perform snana, don fresh Vedic attire, and engage in Sandhya Vandanam and Guru Dhyana. The Yagyashala or the Dhyan Mandir is cleansed with Gomaya and Ganga Jal, and a geometric altar or the Homa Kunda is constructed in accordance with Vedic Shastras. Sacred herbs, samidas, and desi ghee are arranged with devotion. A sankalpa is stationed, a solemn vow invoking the purpose and beneficiaries of the ritual. The chanting of Brihaspati Gayatri begins, followed by the invocation of Agni, the divine fire. Gurukul students chant mantras in unison, their synchronized voices creating a vibration that fills the air with serenity. The entire Gurukul resonates with the fragrance of sandalwood and the energy of devotion, preparing the space for divine descent. Now, what is the importance of the Sankalpa taken during the Homam? Jayadav, Sankalpa is the soul of every Vedic ritual. It's the clear intention that directs the energy of the Homam. During the Guru Shanti Homam, the Sankalpa invokes blessings of wisdom, peace, prosperity, and dissolution of karmic obstacles, both personal and collective. Gurudev often reminds us that energy flows where attention goes. The Sankalpa focuses our attention, channeling spiritual energy towards specific outcomes like clarity of mind, success in education, or removal of planetary afflictions. Moreover, it transforms a ritual into a conscious act of surrender in Sri Sri Gurukul. Each participant silently aligns with the sankalpa uttered by the priest, merging individual intention into universal consciousness. The sankalpa bridges the inner will of the devotee with the cosmic will of the divine Guru. Now, how is the fire or Agni prepared and invoked in this homam? Jayadev, Agni is the central deity of every homam representing divine transformation. In the Guru Shanti Homam, the fire is kindled using sacred woods such as palasha, people, and sandalwood. The invocation begins with the Agni Sthapana mantra, calling upon the divine fire to manifest as a bridge between humans and the celestial realms. The priest offers ghee and rains while chanting the Om Agni Swaha. This transforms the physical offerings into subtle vibrations. Agni carries these offerings as energy to Guru Brihaspati. The flame symbolizes knowledge, it consumes ignorance and radiates wisdom. Gurudev beautifully explains that just as a fire cannot burn itself, yet gives light to others, a true Guru illumines countless lives while remaining unattached. Thus, Agni becomes both a witness and participant in this divine dialogue between the seeker and the source. Now, what mantras are chanted during the Guru Shanti Homam and their significance? Jayadev, the mantras primarily include the Guru Gayatri, the Brihaspati Beach mantra, Om, Gram, Greem, Grom, Saha Gurave Namaha, and selected verses from the Rig Veda and Taittiriya Brahmana that glorify Brihaspati. Each verse and mantra is a vibrational code. When chanted correctly, it reprograms the subtle layers of consciousness. The Guru Gayatri refines the intellect. The Beach mantras harmonize planetary vibrations, and Rig Vedic hymns invoke eloquence, strength, and righteous conduct. Gurudev emphasizes that sound is energy, and in Vedic science, the right sound aligns inner frequency with cosmic rhythm. Thus, during the Homam, the Gurukul Pandits stand a perfect swara or pitch and chanda or meter, creating a powerful resonance that cleanses emotional and mental blocks, opening the heart to divine knowledge. The result is inner silence and outer brilliance, the mark of true wisdom. Now, how is the dakshina related to the success of such homams? Now, the dakshina is not a mere offering of money or material, it is gratitude expressed through action. After the homam, devotees offer dakshina to the pandits and the gurukul, symbolizing humility and acknowledgement of the sacred exchange of knowledge. The scriptures declare na dakshini ritam dadyat. One should not let a ritual end without dakshina. It completes the spiritual circuit, much like grounding an electrical current. It ensures that the energy invoked during the homam flows harmoniously into society through service, learning, and charity at the Sri Sri Gurukul. The Dakshina supports Vedic education and sustains young scholars who preserve this lineage. Gurudev reminds us that giving with reverence purifies the heart and invites abundance. Therefore, Dakshina transforms a ritual into act into a seva, connecting devotion with dharma. Now, what are the psychological and spiritual benefits of participating in the Guru Shanti Homam? Jagadev, the Guru Shanti Homam calms the restless intellect and strengthens faith psychologically. It balances the manovritti or mental tendencies by aligning brainwave patterns to mantra vibration. Participants often experience mental clarity, improved focus, and emotional stability. Spiritually, it invokes the Guru principle, the inner guidance that transcends confusion and ego. Scientific studies on fire rituals have shown reduced stress hormones and enhanced alpha brain activity, correlating with the meditative calmness. When this sacred ritual is performed in the presence of Gurudev's grace at the Shri Shri Gurukul, the impact multiplies. Devotees report the peace, gratitude, and an unshakable sense of connection to the divine. The homam dissolves karmic patterns that obscure intuition, enabling one to receive subtle guidance in life decisions with greater wisdom and compassion. Now, how does this homam influence the planetary energies, especially that of Brihaspati or Jupiter? In Vedic astrology, Brihaspati governs wisdom, wealth, expansion, and righteousness. When Jupiter's energy becomes weak or afflicted, one may experience confusion, stagnation, or loss of direction. The Guru Shanti Homam pacifies these imbalances by invoking Brihaspati's benevolent aspect through mantra, fire, and intention. Each offering into Agni symbolically strengthens Jupiter's Graha Tattva in the seeker's subtle body. This aligns the intellect of Buddhi and speech or Vak and action or karma with divine order or dharma. At the Sri Sri Gurukul, the homam's timing during Guru Hora and Pushya Nakshatra maximizes astrological potency. The resulting effect is expansion of consciousness, success in education, harmonious relationships with teachers, and removal of obstacles in spiritual or academic pursuits. Essentially, the ritual restores cosmic alignment, allowing Jupiter's grace to guide life toward light and fulfillment. Now, what is the deeper spiritual philosophy behind invoking the Guru Brihaspati to the sacred fire? The Guru Brihaspati represents the Adi Guru, the primordial intelligence that dispels ignorance. Invoking him through Agni is invoking divine knowledge through the fire of awareness. The Rig Veda calls Brihaspati the Lord of sacred speech who awakens wisdom in the seeker. Fire, in the Vedic context, symbolizes transformation. It consumes impurity and radiates light. When the sacred chants of the Guru Gayatri and Brihaspati Suktas are offered into Agni, the practitioner symbolically offers his ignorance to be burned into insight. His Holiness Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji often says that knowledge is not accumulation but revelation. The Humam represents this revelation where the external fire mirrors the inner fire of consciousness or Jnana Agni. The ritual reminds us that wisdom is not taught but awakened. The Guru only kindles what already resides within. As the flames rise, participants experience subtle shifts, a mental fog clears, emotions settle, and an inner guidance begins to illuminate choices and relationships. Thus, the homam becomes an act of communion, not a worship from distance, but merging of Shishya and Guru Tattva in the light of pure awareness. Through this, one realizes that Guru is not merely a person, but the eternal presence of truth itself. Now, could you describe how the Guru Shanti Homam blends traditional Vedic science with modern spiritual relevance? The genius of Sri Sri Gurukul lies in translating ancient Vedic sciences into living spiritual experiences relevant today. In the Guru Shanti Homam, the procedures such as Agam Arshana, Pranayama, Nyasa, and Mantra Ucharana are preserved from authentic Vedic manuals like Taittiriya Samhita and Brihaspati Kavacha. Yet, Gurudev's guidance integrates them with the meditative awareness and breath synchronization, aligning body, mind, and prana. The chanting's resonance has measurable physiological benefits. Studies show rhythmic mantras balance heart rate variability and induce coherence in brainwave patterns, promoting emotional stability on a subtler plane. Each mantra vibrates at specific frequencies that align the participants' chakras with cosmic energy fields. The ritual teaches mindfulness in action. Every gesture, offering, and chant becomes meditation in motion. Modern seekers, burdened by digital overload and mental fatigue, rediscover focus and inner silence through this ancient technology. Gurudev's insight is that spirituality must be experiential, not theoretical. When the fire burns and mantras fill the air, even first time participants feel a palpable lightness, a harmony between science, sound, and soul. Hence, the Guru Shanti Homam is not a ritual of the past but a practical tool of transformation for the modern mind seeking ancient wisdom in contemporary times. Now, what role do the Vedic scholars and students of Sri Sri Gurukul play during the Homam? The students of the Sri Sri Gurukul are the carriers of a living heritage. They are not mere reciters but custodians of vibration. Before performing any Homam, Gurudev ensures that they are trained not only in Veda Adhyana but also in sadhana, seva, and silence. During the Guru Shanti Homam, their collective chanting forms the core vibrational field of the ceremony. Each student participates with deep devotion, maintaining precise pronunciation, pitch, and rhythm. As these determine the potency of mantras, their synchronized recitation generates a coherent sound field measured to uplift the environment's energy. As fire offerings continue, these scholars move around a Homakundam, chanting Swaha in unison, creating a rhythmic pulsation of a spiritual energy that dissolves negativity. Moreover, Gurukul students meditate after the ritual, silently offering the merit for world peace and well being. The various officers ensure that the ritual follows scriptural purity while maintaining inclusivity, allowing devotees from all walks to participate through collective chanting or silent witnessing. Gurudev often remarks that these young scholars are the scientists of sound, preserving the ancient wisdom of India with precision and purity. Their presence ensures that each home is not merely performed but lived, transforming the entire Gurukul into a pulsating field of divine consciousness. Now, how does the sankalpa taken by each participant amplify the homum's power? Like the sankalpa is the energetic foundation of every homum. It's not simply a verbal statement but an act of alignment between the devotee's intention and cosmic will. When a participant silently offers his or her purpose, be it for spiritual growth, removal of planetary afflictions, or collective harmony, that thought becomes charged by the fire's energy. During Guru Shanti Homam, the officiating priest performs a collective sankalpa on behalf of all devotees, invoking blessings from Guru Brihaspati for clarity, prosperity, and inner peace. However, each participant's inner sincerity determines the depth of transformation. Gurudev often explains that Sankalpa works when ego drops and faith arises. The sacred fire magnifies pure intention, translating it into subtle vibrations that interact with the universal energy field. Just as the focused laser beam has more power than diffused light, a clear Sankalpa channels spiritual energy effectively. when offered collectively in the sanctified atmosphere of the Sri Sri Gurukul. These intentions blend into a powerful vortex of positivity. Many participants later share experiences of resolution in long standing issues, newfound clarity in purpose, and a serene state of acceptance. The Sankalpa transforms the ritual into a co creation with the divine, where will, faith, and fire unite. How does the Guru Shanti Homam influence one's karma and spiritual evolution? Jagadev, every action creates an impression in consciousness. This is karma. Over lifetimes, these impressions accumulate, influencing destiny and behavior. The Guru Shanti Homam serves as a cleansing mechanism at both gross and subtle levels. The mantras chanted during the ritual vibrate through the nadis and chakras, dislodging stagnated karmic patterns as the fire consumes, offering symbolic of past impressions. The practitioner experiences release and lightness. The ritual particularly addresses the buddhi doshas, errors in discernment that cause repetitive suffering. By invoking Guru Brihaspati, the embodiment of divine intellect, the Homam refines discrimination or viveka and detachment or vairagya. Gurudev explains that karmic purification is not about erasing the past but transcending its hold on the present. When one witnesses old tendencies without resistance, transformation occurs naturally. Participants often describe an inner silence following the Homam, a sense of completion and renewal. On the spiritual plane, this ritual awakens the Guru Kripa, the grace that accelerates evolution beyond effort. Through devotion, surrender, and mantra vibration, karmic density dissolves into awareness. The seeker begins to perceive life as a play of consciousness, no longer trapped by likes and dislikes. Thus, the Guru Shanti Homam becomes not only a planetary remedy but a catalyst for liberation of moksha sadhana. Now, how does the Guru Shanti Homam contribute to the collective harmony of society? The Guru Shanti Homam is not limited to the welfare of individuals. It radiates vibrations that uplift the collective consciousness of the entire environment. Every mantra chanted during the Homam is a sound frequency that interacts with the subtle fabric of the universe. When hundreds of voices trained under Sri Sri Gurukul chant with pure intention, the sound waves generate coherent energy fields that dissolve negativity and enhance positivity in the surrounding atmosphere. Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji often says, when the mind is calm, the society becomes peaceful. The Homam says energy expands like ripples in a pond, first calming the participants, then extending peace to families, communities, and nature itself. Scientific studies on mass meditation and fire rituals have shown a reduction in local stress indicators, even lowering crime and conflict rates. Spiritually, the Homam invokes the Guru Tattva, the intelligence that brings wisdom and compassion into collective behavior. The offerings symbolize surrender of ego, greed, and conflict to the higher intelligence of the Guru. Thus, this sacred act transcends religion and culture. It becomes a universal prayer for global well being. The Guru Shanti Homam unites harmony in silence and reverence, reminding us that the true harmony of society begins within each awakened heart. Now, what specific steps are involved in performing the Guru Shanti Homam from beginning to completion? The Guru Shanti Homam unfolds through several sequential rituals, each rich with symbolism and purpose. It begins with Achamanam, the purification through sacred water, the Ganapati Puja, invoking removal of obstacles, and Punya Vachana, the sanctifying of the space. The Kalasha Sthapana follows, invoking deities into the sacred pot, symbolizing cosmic energy. Then comes Sankalpa, the declaration of intention. The priests invoke Agni through Agni Dhyana or lightning of sacred fire. Using dried twigs and clarified butter, offerings of herbs, grains, and ghee follow, accompanied by chanting of Brihaspati Gayatri and Guru Bij mantras. The middle phase involves Purna Ahuti, the complete offering symbolizing total surrender. After the main offerings, the ritual proceeds with Pradakshina, Guru Dhyana, and Purna Ahuti Sankalpa. The ceremony concludes with Arati, Prasad Vitran, and distribution of sacred offerings, and a collective meditation guided by art of living teachers. Gurudev emphasizes silent absorption after the ritual when the energy invoked settles deeply within the participants' system. Throughout the process, devotees maintain awareness, gratitude, and a meditative attitude. Every action, from lighting the lamp to offering the final ghee, represents the inner journey from ignorance to illumination. The ritual thus becomes both outer worship and inner transformation, bridging ancient Vedic tradition with the modern spiritual experience. Now, what makes performing this Homam at Sri Sri Gurukul uniquely powerful compared to elsewhere? The Sri Sri Gurukul is not just a place, it's a sacred energy field established by His Holiness Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Ji. The land has been sanctified by years of daily chants, humams, and the presence of thousands of seekers in meditation. The Vedic scholars here are trained under Gurudev's guidance to chant with awareness, precision, and purity of heart. This conscious chanting amplifies the potency of every mantra. The Guru Shanti Homam, when conducted in such an environment, gains multidimensional strength. The spiritual, energetic, and planetary. The surrounding nature resonates with stillness, and even the elements like air, earth, and fire seem infused with divinity. The Homam becomes a yajna not merely of offerings but of consciousness itself. The Gurukul's architecture follows the Vastu Shastra principles, ensuring energetic harmony. Additionally, Gurudev's subtle presence often graces the ceremony, further enhancing its vibrational depth. Devotees frequently share experiences of spontaneous meditation, emotional release, or intuitive insights while attending. Unlike mechanical rituals, here the process is infused with love, devotion, and experiential understanding. The collective field of disciplined scholars, the sanctified space, and the guiding energy of the living master makes the Sri Sri Gurukul a spiritual powerhouse where ancient Vedic fire meets the eternal flame of consciousness. How does the concept of dakshina extend beyond financial offering in the Guru Shanti Homam? In Vedic tradition, dakshina is often misunderstood as mere payment. In reality, it embodies gratitude, humility, and completion. It is the devotee's heartfelt offering to the Guru, to the Vedas, and to the lineage that keeps their knowledge alive. During the Guru Shanti Home, dakshina is offered at the end as a gesture of respect for the priest and the divine energies invoked. However, its essence is internal, surrendering the fruits of the ritual expectations and ego itself. Gurudev beautifully says true dakshina is living the knowledge. Supporting the Gurukul through dakshina enables young scholars to continue their Vedic studies, preserving this wisdom for future generations on a subtle plane. Giving releases attachment, allowing spiritual energy to circulate freely. Just as exhalation is vital to breathing, giving completes the act of receiving divine grace. When offered with purity, dakshina becomes seva or selfless service that purifies the heart. It ensures the continuity of sacred traditions and keeps the flow of abundance in motion. Thus, dakshina is not transactional, it is transformational. It teaches that gratitude must translate into contribution, whether through service, knowledge, or charity, completing the spiritual circuit initiated by the fire of the Humam. Now, can you elaborate on the environmental and subtle energy impact of conducting such fire rituals regularly? Together, ancient Vedic texts like the Atharva Veda describe fire rituals as tools for purifying both the inner and outer environments. The Guru Shanti Homam releases beneficial ions and aromatic compounds from the herbal offerings, which possess antibacterial and antiviral properties, thus cleansing the atmosphere physically. On a subtler level, the sound vibrations from mantras restructure energy patterns in the environment. The collective chanting generates the Nada Brahma, the sound of creation, harmonizing air, space, and consciousness. Studies conducted by research wings of the Art of Living Foundation have recorded increased oxygen levels and reduced microbial counts post homum in enclosed spaces. Gurudev explains that when the environment is purified, the mind naturally feels lighter and more positive. The synergy between Agni or fire and mantra or sound establishes a resonance that uplifts not just participants but the entire biosphere. Trees, birds, and even the wind seem calmer after such rituals. Moreover, the ashes or bhasma from the homum are used in fields as organic purifiers, enhancing soil fertility. The Vedic fire rituals like the Guru Shanti Homam are ecological acts of gratitude, reminding humanity that spirituality and sustainability are inseparable. By honoring the five elements, the Homam restores balance between human consciousness and nature's rhythm. Now, what is the symbolic meaning of each material offered into the sacred fire during the Guru Shanti Homam? Every item used in the Guru Shanti Homam carries deep symbolic meaning and vibrational power. The samidas or the sacred twigs represent the ego or inner rigidity that needs to be surrendered. As they burn, they remind us that transformation begins with letting go. Ghee symbolizes purity and selflessness when it flows into the fire. It stands for the offering of one's actions without attachment. The Navadhanya or the nine greens represent the nine forms of abundance like health, wisdom, patience, courage, devotion, wealth, peace, knowledge, and compassion. Herbs such as gugulu, sandalwood, and cow dung cakes release medicinal vapors that cleanse both physical air and subtle vibrations. Flowers express beauty and gratitude. Fruits represent fulfillment and bilva or tulsi leaves signify surrender to divine intelligence. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji beautifully explains that the Homa Kundam itself represents the human heart, and when we offer these materials with awareness, we are truly offering our tendencies, impurities, and desires into the Guru's light. The fire consumes them and transforms them into wisdom and clarity. Thus, the ritual is not just outer worship but an inner alchemy where every offering purifies a specific aspect of our consciousness, leading us towards stillness, devotion, and peace. Now, how do the vibrations of the Guru Shanti Homam affect the subtle body and chakras of participants? According to yogic and Vedic science, the human body is composed of five koshas or sheaths and seven chakras or energy centers. During the Guru Shanti Homam, each mantra vibrates at frequencies that stimulate and balance these subtle layers. The deep resonance of Om Gram Greem Grom Sa Gurave Namaha particularly activates the Agya chakra or the third eye and Vishuddhi chakra or the throat chakra, responsible for intuition and truthful expression. The rhythmic chanting, synchronized with the sound of Swaha during offerings, creates an upward movement of energy, harmonizing the prana and apana vayu. The warmth from the fire stimulates the Manipur chakra, enhancing willpower and digestion, both physical and mental. Gurudev often points out that when the energy flows smoothly, the mind becomes still. Many participants report sensations like lightness in the forehead, a gentle expansion in the chest, or tears of joy, all signs of pranic cleansing. The collective chanting acts like a sonic massage, realigning the body's biofield. Modern bioenergetic instruments used in research at Art of Living International Center have recorded increased coherence in participants' heart rate and breath patterns after the Humam. Thus, the Guru Shanti Humam operates not only at the religious level but also as a profound energy healing mechanism, restoring harmony between mind, body, and spirit. Now, what is the role of silence and meditation after the Guru Shanti Humam concludes? The silence following the Guru Shanti Humam is as sacred as the ritual itself. After the Purna Ahuti or the final offering, the chanting stops, the fire burns quietly, and all participants are guided into deep meditation. This silence allows the energy invoked through mantras and offerings to settle within the subtle system. Now, His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji often says meditation after a homam is like soaking the seed after it is sown. During the ritual, layers of stress and mental chatter are burned away. The inner soil becomes fertile, and silence, divine knowledge, and intuition begin to transform naturally. Scientifically, this post homam stillness helps integrate altered brainwave states, shifting from beta active to alpha and theta of deep relaxation and awareness. Many devotees describe this phase as experiencing a vast inner space of light, peaceful and full of gratitude. It is during this silence that the real Guru Shanti, the peace of the Guru principle, begins to resonate within. The fire outside gradually mirrors the light within, as signifying completion. In the Gurukul tradition, silence is the bridge between ritual and realization. The Guru Shanti Homam thus ends not in noise but in profound quietude, where the mind merges into the infinite and then true learning begins beyond words. How does the Guru Shanti Homam connect to the planetary significance of Brihaspati or Jupiter? The Brihaspati, known as the Guru of the Devas, governs expansion, knowledge, dharma, and prosperity. In astrology, Jupiter represents the teacher within us, our higher wisdom and capacity for righteousness. When Jupiter's influence is weak or afflicted, individuals experience confusion, poor judgment, or lack of purpose. The Guru Shanti Homam invokes Brihaspati's divine vibration through his beat mantras and Vedic hymns, harmonizing the cosmic frequency of Jupiter in one's subtle and astrological body. Performing this ritual on Brihaspati Jayanti magnifies its power and it aligns with Jupiter's own vibrational cycle. The offerings to fire act as catalysts, balancing the Guru Graha and strengthening one's intellectual and spiritual faculties. Gurudev explains that while astrology shows tendencies, spiritual practices can transcend them. The Guru Shanti Hum transforms the planetary energy from a deterministic force into a supportive vibration. Participants often find renewed optimism, clarity in decision making, and smoother progress in learning and teaching fields. The ritual also benefits institutions of education as Jupiter governs collective wisdom and ethics. Thus, this homum is not mere astrology, it is a conscious alignment with the universal teacher within and without, invoking the grace of Brihaspati to guide life toward expansion, virtue, and truth. Now, in what ways does the Guru Shanti Humam embody the essence of the Guru Tattva as taught by His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji? Jagadev Gurudev often explains that the Guru Tattva is not confined to a physical being but is the eternal principle of wisdom that dispels darkness. The Guru Shanti Homam is a direct invocation of that very principle. Through the ritual, devotees express gratitude to all Gurus, visible and invisible, who have illuminated their path. The fire represents the ever awake consciousness of the Guru, the chants represent the transmission of knowledge, and the offerings symbolize the surrender of ego. Gurudev teaches that when we connect with the Guru Tattva, that we transcend duality and experience oneness with creation. In this sense, the Homam is both devotional and deeply meditative. It allows seekers to connect to their inner Guru, the silent witness within. The ritual's structure mirrors the journey of discipleship, from preparation of learning to offering of surrender to silence of realization. In the sacred ambience of the Sri Sri Gurukul, this understanding becomes experiential. One feels guided, protected, and loved by the unseen force of grace. Thus, the Guru Shanti Home is not just an event but an awakening, a reminder that the Guru principle resides in every breath, waiting to be honored through awareness, humility, and devotion. Now, what is the deeper connection between the Brihaspati Jayanti and the performance of the Guru Shanti Homam? Brihaspati Jayanti marks the divine appearance day of sage Brihaspati, the celestial guru of the Devas and the personification of divine wisdom. In the Vedic tradition, Brihaspati is not just a planetary force or Jupiter, but also the embodiment of Guru Tattva, the guiding light of knowledge, ethics, and truth. Performing the Guru Shanti Homam on this day at Sri Sri Gurukul holds immense cosmic and spiritual significance. The planetary alignment of Jupiter during this period amplifies the energy of wisdom, humility, and expansion of consciousness. The Guru Shanti Homam, performed under the guidance of His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji, is a sacred offering that harmonizes the vibrations of Jupiter in one's birth chart and also enhances the collective intellect of society. The mantra chanting and the offerings made into the sacred fire help balance the Guru Graha doshas and invoke the blessings of the divine Guru to remove ignorance of Ajnana. The ritual connects the Guru principle in the cosmos with the Guru principle in our heart, ensuring that our intellect becomes sattvic and pure. The alignment helps seekers experience clarity in decision making and devotion to higher truth. Now, can you describe the step by step procedure of the Guru Shanti Humam performed at the Shri Shri Gurukul? The Homam begins with the Acharya Sthapanam, or invoking the presence of the Guru and the deities into the sacred space. Vedic Pandits from the Sri Sri Gurukul purify the environment with the Panchagavya and Gangajal. The participants then take their Sankalpa, a vow that aligns their personal intention with divine will. The Kalash Sthapana and the Ganapati Puja are performed to remove obstacles. Following this, the Navgraha Puja is conducted with a special focus on Brihaspati or Jupiter. After the preparatory rituals, the Guru Shanti mantras from Rigveda and Brihaspati Sukta are chanted. Offerings of ghee, honey, sugarcane, and yellow grains are made into the fire, symbolizing surrender of ego and desires. The chanting of Om Guruve Namaha Swaha purifies the environment and uplifts the consciousness. Gurudev's presence in the Gurukul during such humams radiates a subtle energy that elevates all participants. The humam concludes with the Purna Ahuti, Guru Arati, and distribution of prasadam. The vibration remains for days, deeply cleansing the atmosphere and the inner being of each devotee. Now, what is the significance of taking Sankalpa before performing the Guru Shanti Homam? There, the Sankalpa is the sacred resolution, the conscious alignment of human intention with divine will. In the Guru Shanti Homam performed on Brihaspati Jayanti, the Sankalpa acts as the bridge between the devotee's aspiration and the cosmic forces. When participants at the Shri Shri Gurukul take Sankalpa guided by the priests of the Vedic Dharma, they silently affirm their commitment to walk the path of knowledge, humility, and service under the guidance of the Guru. It is not merely a wish but a spiritual declaration that invokes the inner Guru to awaken the higher intellect or Viveka Buddhi. Before the fire rituals begins, each participant holds flowers and rice in their hands, mentally invoking Lord Brihaspati and their Sadguru. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji, the Sankalpa states one's name, lineage, and purpose of the ritual, thereby connecting the individual energy with the universal consciousness. The Vedic belief is that without Sankalpa, no ritual bears fruit. It brings clarity, purpose, and mindfulness to every offering made in the sacred fire. Gurudev often reminds us when intention is pure, grace flows effortlessly. The Sankalpa purifies that intention, ensuring that the Homam becomes not just an outer offering but an inner transformation. Now, why is Dakshina considered so essential in the performance of the Guru Shanti Homam? Jagadev, the Dakshina represents a sacred act of gratitude, a humble acknowledgement of the divine wisdom received through the Guru Parampara. In every Vedic ritual, the Dakshina is not seen as payment but as a selfless contribution that sustains the lineage of knowledge. During the Guru Shanti Homam at the Sri Sri Gurukul, participants offer dakshina to the Gurukul priests who dedicate their lives to preserving the ancient sciences of the Vedas. This act nourishes the cycle of giving and receiving, ensuring that sacred learning continues unbroken. His Holiness Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Ji often says, when knowledge flows, gratitude must flow. To Dakshina anchors this gratitude into a tangible expression. The energy of giving expands abundance and dissolves possessiveness. When one offers with reverence, it creates an inner space of surrender where divine grace can descend. The scriptures say that the merit of punya of a homam becomes complete only when dakshina is offered with devotion. In essence, it sanctifies the ritual, ensuring that the blessings of Brihaspati, the planet of wisdom and prosperity, manifest fully in the devotee's life, bringing knowledge, success, and spiritual elevation. How does the Guru Shanti Humam purify the intellect and remove mental obstacles? The Guru Shanti Humam works at the subtle level of consciousness. The fire or Agni acts as the divine transformer, burning impurities in the mind and intellect. Each mantra chanted by the Vedic Pandits from the Shri Shri Gurukul vibrates to the layers of the subtle body, removing confusion, indecision, and egoic patterns. The resonance of the Brihaspati Beach mantras enhances the Dhi Shakti, the power of discrimination. Participants often report a noticeable shift in mental clarity and inner peace after the Humam. From a Vedic perspective, the Brihaspati governs wisdom, judgment, and righteousness or dharma. When this planet's vibrations are harmonized to ritual, the individual's buddhi becomes sattvic, capable of perceiving truth and aligning with dharmic action. The offerings made, such as ghee, turmeric, and yellow lentils, correspond to the solar and Jupiterian energies that energize the intellect. Furthermore, the presence of Gurudev magnifies this process. His silent grace uplifts the energy field, making participants receptive to higher intuition. Thus, the Homam is both a psychological and spiritual purification, bringing steadiness, focus, and joy to the seeker. How does the Guru Shanti Homam influence planetary energies, particularly the planet Jupiter or Brihaspati? In the Vedic cosmology, every planet or graha represents a distinct energy field influencing different aspects of human life. The Brihaspati or Jupiter is a guru among all planets. He governs wisdom, expansion, prosperity, dharma, and spiritual insight. During the Guru Shanti Home, powerful Brihaspati mantras are chanted, and sacred offerings like yellow rice, jaggery, ghee, and banana are made into the fire. These offerings correspond to the vibrational frequency of Jupiter. The ritual harmonizes the planet's energy within the individual's subtle body, neutralizing afflictions or graha doshas that may cause confusion, financial instability, or lack of direction. Now, when the homam is conducted in the charged spiritual atmosphere of the Sri Sri Gurukul, the energy field becomes even more potent because of the collective sankalpa and the presence of His Holiness Sri Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Ji. Jupiter's energy embodies the Guru Tattva, the higher guidance that leads one from darkness to light. Through mantra chanting and fire offerings, seekers align their personal vibrations with the cosmic frequency of Brihaspati, awakening clarity and higher wisdom. Many participants have experienced a profound sense of optimism and purpose afterward. The planetary influences thus become favorable not merely at an astrological level, but at a level of consciousness itself. Now, how does one prepare oneself mentally and spiritually before attending the Guru Shanti Home? Preparation for such a sacred ritual begins inwardly. Gurudev often guides seekers to spend a few minutes in meditation before attending the homam. This helps to settle the mind and align one's intention with the divine purpose of the ritual. Participants are encouraged to follow a sattvic diet, avoid distractions, and maintain inner purity through chanting and introspection. The night before, many devotees recite the Guru Gita or Brihaspati Gayatri to invoke divine wisdom. On the day of the homam, devotees bathe early and wear clean yellow or white garments symbolizing the color of Jupiter. They bring offerings like fruits, flowers, and turmeric as symbols of devotion. Mentally, one should let go of negativity, doubts, and judgments. The preparation is not only physical but vibrational. A calm, open, and grateful attitude enhances the absorption of the mantras' energies in the serene Gurukul environment. Under the guidance of trained acharyas, every participant's heart becomes a vessel for divine knowledge. The ritual then transforms from an external ceremony to an inner awakening of the Guru principle. Now, what happens energetically during the chanting of Brihaspati and Guru Shanti mantras in the Homam? Mantras are vibrational codes that bridge the finite and infinite. During the Guru Shanti Homam, the Brihaspati Beej mantra Om Brim Brihaspati Namaha is chanted repeatedly. This mantra activates the subtle frequencies associated with Jupiter, purifying the mental sheath or Manomaya Kosha. As the fire consumes the offerings, it releases the vibrations into the ether or the Akasha, where they resonate with the cosmic intelligence. The collective chanting by the Sri Sri Gurukul Pandits amplifies this resonance, spreading peace and clarity in all directions. Energetically, the sound waves of these mantras synchronize the brain's left and right hemispheres, inducing deep calm and heightened awareness. Many participants feel lightness in the head and warmth in the heart, signs of energetic realignment. Gurudev's presence further deepens the meditative field where each sound becomes a carrier of divine grace. The mantras dissolve inner resistance, allowing the seeker to experience the Guru within. This is why every syllable chanted in the Homam is sacred. It not only sanctifies the external fire, but also kindles the inner flame of consciousness. Now, what is the role of the Guru Tattva in the Guru Shanti Homam, and how does it connect with the personal spiritual evolution? The Guru Tattva is the principle of universal guidance, the light of wisdom that dispels ignorance. In the Guru Shanti Homam, this principle is invoked not merely as an external deity, but as a divine intelligence that resides within every being. His Holiness Guru Dev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji often says, the Guru is not a person, it is a presence that awakens the truth in you. The Homam performed on Brihaspati Jayanti aligns the individual with this universal Guru Tattva. When mantras dedicated to Brihaspati Deva and Guru Parampara are chanted, the seeker's inner awareness expands beyond limited identity. This awakening marks the beginning of real spiritual growth, a shift from intellectual knowing to direct experiential wisdom. The Guru Tattva operates through humility and receptivity. The fire in the Homam represents the Guru's purifying energy that burns away karmic patterns and ignorance. As offerings are made, devotees symbolically surrender their ego, fears, and attachments into that sacred flame. When the ego melts, the inner voice of guidance becomes audible. The result is Chitta Shuddhi, purification of the mind, which is the foundation of all higher practices. Thus, the Homam becomes a living reminder that the outer Guru points us inward to realize the eternal light of the self. Now, what is the symbolic significance of fire or Agni in the Guru Shanti Homam? In the Vedas, Agni is the messenger between the human and divine realms. The Devaduta, every offering placed in the sacred fire, reaches the celestial plane through his transmitted power. Fire represents purity, clarity, and light, qualities of the Guru himself. During the Guru Shanti Homam, Agni becomes a medium through which prayers, mantras, and intentions of Sankalpa are transmitted to the higher dimensions. The heat of the fire symbolizes the burning away of ignorance, while its light represents illumination of truth. When the acharyas from the Sri Sri Gurukul chant the Vedic hymns and pour ghee into the fire, one can almost feel the energy field shifting. Now, the sound, the flame, and fragrance create a multidimensional meditation. Gurudev explains that when you gaze at the fire with awareness, it purifies your mind and activates the Agnya Chakra, enhancing intuition on a subtle level. The inner Agni, the fire of awareness, is kindled as outer flames consume the offerings. The inner flames consume our negativity and dullness, leading to deep peace and joy. Thus, Agni is not just a ritual element but a living Guru that transforms ignorance into wisdom. Now, what collective benefits arise when the Guru Shanti Homam is performed at the Sri Sri Gurukul under Gurudev's guidance? Together, the collective rituals have magnified effects. When hundreds of devotees gather with one pure intention under Gurudev's energy field, the atmosphere becomes charged with sattva. The vibrations of the mantra, fire, and devotion uplift the environment, neutralizing negative tendencies in nature and society. The Guru Shanti Homam performed at the Sri Sri Gurukul sends waves of peace and clarity across the collective consciousness. It supports harmony in relationships, good governance, prosperity in communities, and balance at the environment. Gurudev often explains that such yagyas heal the subtle fabric of the planet. From the Vedic standpoint, every homam influences the five elements: the earth, the water, the fire, the air, and the space. When the ritual is done with proper Vedic precision, these elements regain their natural balance. The Guru Shanti Homam, especially on Brihaspati Jayanti, strengthens the positive cosmic currents associated with Jupiter, bringing wisdom and benevolence into collective thought. Rainfall, fertility of soil, and societal peace are natural outcomes. It is believed that just witnessing or hearing the mantras during the Homam grants the Punya Phala, the merit equivalent to years of spiritual practice. Thus, the entire ecosystem benefits when divine vibrations are anchored at the Gurukul to the grace of the Guru.